Know your torch. Today, family, we're going to talk about the gas tungsten arc welding process and how to break down your torch. Very easy process, but a lot of students and beginners get this wrong. And if you're going to start, you got to start right. So we already got it broke down, and we're just going to put this together. I have seen some old videos in the past where they had the people in the Army cleaning their guns, breaking them down, sleeping with them, etc. We want to think about this the same way because this is your friend. This is how you're going to make your money, provide your living, change your lifestyle, scale your life, get that better vehicle, home, or whatever you're trying to do. You're going to get it by learning your torch. So today we're going to talk about how to break this down, family. This is the gas tungsten metal arc process. TIG welding, GTAW. There's a few different ways you can say it, but these come in different styles. This one actually got a trigger on it. You got those, they got a knob on the top of it. You know, they come to different styles. You got the strike, you got the lift arc, they come differently. But the basic setup can last you a long time. I've seen students and different people run through the setups because they didn't know how to use them, and they damaged different parts of them. So we want to talk about this starting off from the collet. So this is the collet. I just dropped this little piece. This is the collet right here. And this is your tungsten. So the regular collet, the tungsten goes inside of it like this. And the purpose of this is it got some little slicks in it on both sides of it, so that way this can get tight. So once you start putting pressure and hook the rest of this together, it makes it where this will be snug in there. You know what I mean? Right now it can move, but it makes it so it can be snug. Now this is the collet body. This is the body. This come together. This makes one complete unit. This is the complete collet body plus the tungsten. So the tungsten, this one right here is 3/32. They come in different sizes, depends on the thickness and what type of material you are welding with, but these comes in different kinds. But this right here is for a regular stainless or steel process. And like I say, these can last a long time. So when you're putting this together, you want to be able to slide this into the back, slide this into the back of this, and put this in the front. And when you do this, you want to just barely do it to it snug with your hands. You ain't got to grab no wrench or nothing like this, and then this slides inside of there like this. So I got a little pressure on it now so it ain't falling out. That's how that works. Now this here is your backing cap. These come, they can be small, they can be medium sized, but your backing cap, you just want to snug it on there. That's it. Now you want to make sure everything is sitting in here right, so that way it won't be off track and you won't mess up none of the threads or nothing like that. But just tight with your finger. And if you do, this here will be tight. Now you got your cement cup. Now these come in different sizes. This is actually a 6 here. They come in different sizes. And the main goal for those who want to know, they come in like 3, 5, 6, 7, 4, different whole numbers. And the main goal for this, for those who don't know, this opening determines how your heat spreads and how your gas coverage go. So if it's a smaller opening, like a 6, it'll probably be close to probably maybe a little over a quarter. Like, you gotta do the measurement, but I know if it's a 7, it's about 7/16. So this is a little under that, probably like close to 3/8 on this opening. So the goal is with this, you can be able to have your tungsten stick out the same length. That's how you pretty much gauge. You don't really want to have it too much. That's the first thing. How much? A rule of thumb, I was told 1/4 inch at least, but depends on the cup size. You can stick it out. The more you have it stick out, the better it is to operate, but you don't want to have it stuck out so far where you are losing your gas coverage. And you just want to have this tight, just finger tight. Now, when you setting this one, since that's about a 6, we're gonna have it set by right here. And that's about 3/8 right there. 3/8, 5/16 stick out. And that'll be fine with this. So the goal is to just set this up, learn it. If you see this is loose and you're like, man, I can't get this tight. Sometimes what I have noticed is students don't have this collet body tight. It'll be loose. So they'll have this here all the way tight as it can go. And then they, man, I still can get this to move, because if you take this off, you can still move the collet body. So make sure that your body is tight as it can. You can get it with your finger before you put your cap on, your backing cap on. So make sure that before you put your backing cap on, just make sure your collet body is tight, and then just finger tight this. Not a hard process, but due to the cup sizes now, just keep that in mind. Due to what your cement cup size is, that's how far you can do your stick out. On a rule of thumb, you want to have it sticking out. I always tell the students no less than 1/4 of an inch. But the more the stick out is proper, the better the welding process is going to be. And one thing I want to mention before I end this, when you are putting this together, especially when you are using the metal or the stainless process, you want to have a sharp point on it, about a 30 degree. You don't want to go all crazy. You just want to have a nice 30 degree rule of thumb, and you'll be fine. You don't want to have it grinded all the way down. If you touch the tungsten to the metal or the filler rod to it, stop, clean it, repeat the process. The goal is to just do this repeatedly until you get it. I would recommend you starting out doing beads first, and then transferring over to some filler metal. But do beads first on the plate, front and back, to get the process, to get that 1/8 inch plate, get that 1/8 inch gap. So rule of thumb here, I got a piece of plate here to show you something. So we give the students a piece of plate to get started to practice on. These are 1/8 inch coupons. If you will put these coupons together like this here, you will see a landing on that lap, right? That's the distance that you want your tungsten from the plate. This is your tungsten. You want it this distance. You want to practice on holding it an 1/8 inch off that plate. If you can do that, you got you a nice setup, family. A very nice setup, and it's going to be easy for you to learn the process. But you want to repeat this religiously. Work on it. And like I say, take it apart, put it together. Take it apart, put it together. You don't want to put too much pressure on it and mess anything up, because you won't be able to come back and fix it. If you mess up these collet pieces, you're going to have to replace them. So these can last for years. Like I done seen people have these in their shops for 4 and 5 years and they still work right. And you find someone who don't know what they're doing and mess it up. So for those getting started, family, you always want to invest in yourself. Don't become one of those welders that say you've been welding forever, you don't invest in yourself. Nowadays, you can buy you a cheap unit, pennies on the dollar. If you're shopping at Harbor Freight, if you're shopping at online sales from Lincoln to Miller, there's so many brands, Esau, there's so many brands out there now. So find you a setup, get started, and learn your torch. All gone.